me like, yo, I remember one time I got into trouble once.
Yeah.
I actually, now, do you know, I got arrested once, yeah? Shouldn't even say that, I got arrested once. And then I just subconsciously started sucking my thumb.
Yeah.
He started looking at me like that, yeah? And I was like, why is this guy looking at me like this?
Yeah.
15 minutes later, they brought a doctor in to evaluate me, you know? I was like, what?
Do you know what? It's not funny, but yeah.
I lost my child.
I've been single for about 2 years. He just doesn't understand me.
Gift of the gab. Share your views. Speak your truth.
Hello, welcome to G.O.T.G. We're back again with Amma. Hello.
Hi.
So hello to you first this time.
Well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, and today we're going to talk about whether people have changed or is it their circumstances that have changed or their circumstance that has changed. See, I'm going to sound a bit boring in this one because, or a bit of a Grinch or a bit mean, because I believe that people genuinely don't change. I just don't think people change, to be fair, because change is traumatic to most human beings because we are creatures of habit. We get used to certain things. So we get used to doing certain things, used to certain behaviors, used to being received a certain way, depending on what kind of job or work ethic we have or what we're known for. And these are things that we become comfortable with, especially if we find it to be a positive outlook on us, innit? So I don't want to go on too much because I want to give Emma an opportunity to, but genuinely, I believe that it's people's circumstances that change. Where people say, oh, I don't go out no more. But sometimes if you look deep on it, they may not be able to afford to go out no more. They can't afford to go out no more. So you're not choosing to, it's your circumstance that has chose you and put you in that place. And people be like, yo, they don't do certain things no more. But maybe they just lost the link. And they can't do it even if they wanted to. So that's what I'm saying. Have you changed or are you a victim of your own circumstance? But sometimes that can be a good thing because if you do lose links or you can't do certain things no more, it's thought-provoking, innit? And makes you or allows you to even be better than you were. But I think I've talked on a bit. Emma, what do you think about it?
I think we have similar views in this, yeah. Whereas
You're joking. Go on.
Are we starting?
No, go on.
Right, so I think we have similar views on this in that, yeah, people rarely change, right? So I don't think people ever change, or it's just because of their social circumstances or factors in their life which cause them to change. Yes, that can happen. But I also believe that change is a bigger process than people perceive it to be. You can't just say today, oh, right, I'm not going to do that anymore, I'm going to change, and then you change. There's a lot of steps to change, and you need to, it's like, you need to go through all of them steps. I think we're making it really clear that I believe that life really works in a stage, isn't it? So there's lots of steps to change, and you kind of have to fulfill all those steps in order to be able to change. And even if you do change, you can go back, you can relapse.
Yeah.
And then you have to work on the change again. So I believe that change takes a lot of work.
Sure.
And it's a big process. Yeah.
But for me, I can actually change like that though. But maybe
I think
that's
you
because
may believe that you have, but you may not have because you still have those relapses. You haven't changed. But then you'll go back on the change and then you'll work on the change and then go forwards. It depends how much you work on yourself.
There's been things that I've done and I've just changed in a day. Like in regards to certain addictions, I've just stopped in a day and I've not relapsed and whatever. So
yeah, but that probably was that you probably went through the processes of change that I'm talking about without realising it. Right? Can I tell you some of the processes of change that I believe that happen?
Can I just say something though,
okay,
yeah? For there to be a study in it, there has to be a number of people that have been studied, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in regards to the study, we have to generalise to get a formula, whether it's a medical formula, movement, grounds, or way of thought, innit?
Yeah.
I might just be one of those people that...
An
anomaly.
Yeah, or whatever it is that
do you understand what I mean, didn't fit that criteria.
Yeah,
and that's
possibly,
understandable. Yeah,
possibly. But
because
I do genuinely also believe that there's still stages to change, and some of them are preconceptual. So the stages I mean that I believe there are to change happen before the change occurs. Yeah. And most of them are cognitive changes that we do in our brain before we actually have the behavioural change. So for example, like you have to think about a change for a period of time before you make that change. So the changes that you've said have happened in one day, maybe for years and years and years, stuff has happened and you thought, I need to make that change, I need to make that change, I need to make that change. And then one day you're like, I'm making that change, and then you've made that change.
Do you know what?
For a while.
In my circumstance, only I can be the best. Like I can just tell you, because I understand what you're saying. It makes sense. I spoke about changing, but I never did change.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No, but that's just jazz.
Yeah, but that's the process of change. You need to do that in order to be able to make a change. Do you understand?
I don't
like
agree with that. Because when I consciously decided to change, I wasn't even planning to do it. I just like, wham, changed. And that's...
but subconsciously, there may have been things that happened that made you make that change, like a bad experience or people telling you need to make that change. And we have positive and negative reinforcements in our life all the time. So, for example, if I wanted to lose weight today, and something happened to me, that was negative, that could be a negative reinforcement that causes me to change. Yeah. So for example, I've gained a lot of weight and I sit down on the chair and the chair breaks. Yeah. Yeah. That is negative reinforcement for me to make that change.
Of course.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So maybe with you,
but sometimes
there was negative or positive reinforcements that happen. So for example, in the case of losing weight, a positive reinforcement will be somebody seeing me
and said, you lost weight, you look good.
Yeah.
I understand that, but even with the chair thing that you said, that can make someone even put on more weight and make them more depressed.
Yeah, it could do.
So it's like, do you understand what I mean? I understand, innit? It's whatever. But you know when people, and maybe specialists, they like to use the word subconscious, innit, yeah? That's something that no one can argue with.
Of course.
And that's something that no one can prove.
Of course.
So it's just, you're just pulling it out of the sky.
That's why I said it may be. I didn't say it is,
but
did
subconsciously,
I didn't say
because I know
I said it may
where
be.
I was, it was something there and then that just made me, like, I just decided there, look, I ain't doing it no more.
Yeah, but did something happen?
Nothing to do with whatever that made me, it had nothing to do with my habit. I just said, you know what, I'm just not doing it no more. I was just, for me, in regards to my habit, what made me change was maybe trauma. Yeah. Maybe I was in a low place in my life and I thought, you know what, but that's just how I am. People say to me, I'm a bit mad with the way I think. I was in a low period of my life and I said to myself, listen, I might as well make things start from scratch. Yeah. So now, because I'm low now, what else can I do that I don't want to do?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. To get to that low point, certain things had to happen. Do you not see what I'm saying?
Trauma happened.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you. So I'm saying it wasn't... You're saying that it was just that change there and then.
Can I say something? If a house is burning, you ain't got time to do the steps where I was on fire.
Yeah, but you do the steps automatically. It's like getting in your car and driving, yeah? So how can you can drive a manual car. 1 second, you can drive a manual car, right?
I don't agree with you, I'm being honest with you. 'Cause I just changed on the day. I just said boom. But I'm just saying, you're just trying to give me analysis of everybody else, innit? Which is fine. Of course,
because you use your lived experience to generalise about life.
No, but I'm saying, you're telling me about studies, what people normally do. I don't do that. And maybe, and you know what, there's pros and cons to me being like that, because people say I've got maybe psychotic tendencies because I could be cold and whatever. Well, I don't know what it is anyway, but they say, you've got like certain tendencies where you're not stable. Yeah. Well, that's just the way I am. Yeah. If something's not useful to me in regards to my life and what I'm doing, I'll cut it off. But this is something I've got better at now.
But that's what I'm saying. But then, but what you're doing there is using your life experiences to understand have changed you.
No, that's what I'm doing now.
You. That's what I'm saying.
But then when I first stopped, it wasn't like that. I just stopped at that. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, but that helped you to learn that it works.
Do
Do
you
you not understand what I'm saying to you?
No, it wasn't a thing. It wasn't even a thing of it working.
Yeah.
Because the habit that I had wasn't affecting anybody else.
Okay.
It was just for me.
Okay.
It wasn't harming anybody.
Are you sure?
It wasn't costing anybody any
Are you
money.
sure though?
I'm positive. It was just me. How's it going to be harming anybody else?
Because sometimes we do things and we think we're not harming people or causing, impacting people because we're doing it to ourselves.
Well,
but it is.
alright,
It's
cool.
like something like, for example, smoking. Yeah?
Well, it wasn't smoking. I used to
I
suck
know.
my thumb.
Yeah.
That's self-damage. It's not me. That's not harming anybody else.
Yeah,
I
but
used to suck
that
my thumb.
takes time away. So anything that takes time away from others, right? So
Do you know what?
maybe
I think you're just in one of them places where you want to prove this. And you know what? We've got people listening and we're trying to see if change can be done. But I can see no matter what, you're just trying to fit this into your narrative, innit? And I'm just someone that I said that
Yeah.
not everyone does things the same way, right?
Yeah.
So why am I not allowed to do it the way that? Why can't I be the ones that just change? Why? Because the brain, you're saying the brain, the stage, it's not everybody like that. Because then how do we prescribe to people with mental health?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like how? Because people with mental health, yeah, may not follow those guidelines. You understand what I mean?
Of course.
And because they don't fit that guidelines, people might say they've got mental health problems. So maybe they haven't because they just do things differently than anybody else that people haven't researched yet.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's like you're trying to fit me into it. When
No,
I
no.
consciously know I'm like that, I could just say I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah.
That's just how I am.
Okay.
But I understand you're saying maybe there's build up to that subconsciously, and
Yeah.
the subconscious mind is something that we're still studying
Of
now,
course.
and we haven't mastered.
We
So
never will.
I can't argue for that. I can
Yeah.
argue for my mindset and my state of mind and what I
Yeah.
believe to be true.
Yeah.
And it's not something that you're going to know more than I am. innit,
Of
in
course,
regards
you're
to
the
me.
expert in
Yeah,
you. You know
exactly.
you
But
better
you've
than-
tried to doctor me in it right
No,
now
I'm
for
not
the past 4.
No,
But anyway,
I'm not trying to doctor you.
Get
I'm
back-
just trying to say that for most people, that's what I'm saying to you. So even if you say because I'm saying to you, it happens in stages. Although it happens in stages, those stages don't necessarily have to be in an order. Yeah, they can just happen in whatever order they happen for you. But certain things need to happen in order for a change to occur. In order for a change to be sustainable and maintainable.
I've even had certain other issues where I've had habits and certain things have occurred and I've still not stopped. So like, yeah.
So that means that you weren't ready to make that change. Do you not see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I just didn't want to.
Exactly, and that's all part of
But that's
making
not.
a change.
But there's a difference between
Not
being.
want, you have to want to change to make a change.
No, you have to
don't
want to change to be ready to change.
Exactly.
But you don't have to be. If I decide, if spare of the moment, I say to myself, I'm not doing something anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't get ready for it. I just said something. I just said I don't want to do it no more. And that's me living life, innit?
Yeah.
Living. I don't like to be a slave to anything.
Yeah.
And whether it's addiction or lack of discipline,
Yeah.
and whether it's money or friendship or whatever, anything like that should be free. The way I believe it, I don't think anyone should be a slave to any friendship or anything like that. Because
Okay.
anything love or friendship should be gifted to you. No gifts
Yeah.
are forced.
Yeah.
So I don't like. So I'm just like that. That's just the way I reason.
Okay.
And it's my mindset
Yeah.
that makes me reason like that. So I'm going to have a different outcome than other people that don't see things my way. I'm not saying
course.
mine's the right way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying how I see
It's
things.
just different.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with it.
But
either.
yeah, exactly that. But there's can't be anything wrong with the way someone reasons. But what I want to say is and stick to is like, do people change or is it the circumstances that change? Because if we start talking about the channels people go into and whatever, if you get so someone, you don't get to face them channels if, say if, for instance, if you're a drug dealer, yeah, you don't work for a living. Now, I'm never going to work for a day in my life.
Yeah.
I'd rather do this, it's easy money, not saying it is easy money or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're a drug dealer and then you're never going to work. Then you get
Yeah.
arrested,
Yeah.
You get arrested. There's no time for change there.
Yeah.
Then when you get arrested and you go to prison, you're working in the kitchen or in the gym.
Yeah.
You didn't get that time to channel you're a victim of circumstance.
Yeah, you have to be in a place where you've got the time and the capacity to reflect on it.
And
That's what you're saying.
But exactly, and
Yeah.
some people mentally are not able to do that.
Of course.
So we can't say there's stages and whatever, because some people are not able to process things in stages like that.
Yeah.
And some people process things in stages and spend too much time in those stages that they never even
They
change.
don't do the action. Yeah. But
Are you feeling me though?
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
feeling you and I'm agreeing with you. But according to the way I see it, that's all part of the process.
But this is the problem.
Fine.
Sometimes the way you are saying things
Yeah.
is the problem with having a master's in what you have.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's
you're
limiting
over-analysing it.
And it's limiting you.
Yeah, it can do.
To the book.
It can do. No, but it doesn't limit me to the book because I think that things
Did you
can
see
happen.
the way her tone went up a bit? Did you see that? That is what we call a defense. Did you see? And she did hand movements and pointed at me because she doesn't like it.
No,
why?
I
Because
don't.
I haven't got a master's, so does that mean I can't talk?
No, I didn't say that.
I'm asking you. No, I don't know what you mean. I'm asking you. It's a question. And the reason why I'm posing that question to you, I'm trying to reel you in a bit. That's all. No, but listen, as I was saying anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, because I've gone off now, we're going to go do a lot of editing. I'm just saying, I don't believe that people change. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I've seen and witnessed myself that change is very hard.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? Like for instance, like I used to suck my thumb, go out, whether it's on the road, even if I'm like in a club and that, I don't care. I'll just do.
I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Yeah, because I used to do it all the time. People that know me know. I didn't. And people like, oh, D, what you doing, man? I'm like, oh, whatever, man. I didn't care. Because financially, I thought I was stable.
Yeah.
Physically, I looked all right. I was strong. I didn't care. I thought I could fight. So I didn't care what anyone thought about me. I just used to suck my thumb on the road. Everyone knows, oh, D, man. Some people didn't know my name and they'll be like, who, the boy that sucks his thumb? And people look at me like, yo, I remember one time I got into trouble once.
Yeah.
I actually, I got arrested once, yeah. Shouldn't even say that. I got arrested once. And then I just subconsciously started sucking my thumb.
Yeah.
You know, started looking at me like that, yeah. And I was like, why is this guy looking at me like this?
Yeah.
15 minutes later, they brought a doctor in to evaluate me. You know, I was like, what?
Do you know what? It's not funny.
Maybe you're right, innit? Maybe that's one of the reasons why I did stop, innit? Subconsciously.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe.
But it's fine.
What I'm trying to say is, my end thing is, change is hard, innit? Especially when you become dependent on a lifestyle or an opinion that people have of you. Oh, he's mashing on, my man's doing this thing.
I'm not even going to argue that.
Yeah, because you become a slave to it, innit?
Of course.
So this is what I'm saying. So I believe,
yeah,
like, if we look at things overall, which I say, obviously there's people like me that are left of centre or not in that circumference in regards to what we're talking to.
Yeah.
But generally, people don't change.
Yeah.
Unless something
because it's
traumatic.
too hard.
Very hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
From some people.
Yeah.
And sometimes I question myself is, how can I change like that? But I think a reason that I can change is because I've acquired a lot of my information, on my own.
But that's part of the change process.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But a lot of my information that I've acquired has not been like from, I've like educated myself in a lot.
And that's what you need to do in order to be able to
Exactly,
change.
but some
and
people,
to make a sustainable change as well, you have to work on it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure, if we're talking about that thing, let's talk about that one because it's easy to talk about, the sucking your thumb thing.
Can we talk about one of your habits now, please? Okay, we can stay
Don't
there.
have any.
Well, you can stay there, right? Cool, go on then. You go on.
But like, so if we're talking about sucking your thumb, like, did you ever go back?
Never.
Never, ever, ever.
But you know what? I'll be honest with you.
But do you ever think, if I could?
No, once after a while, I stopped for so long.
Yeah.
I just tried.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the same, so I couldn't do it.
Exactly.
But that wasn't a relapse. I just tried. But maybe.
But if we're talking about it the way that you say it is, the circumstances changed as well, didn't they? Because when you tried to suck your thumb again, it didn't feel the same.
No, I didn't.
So you couldn't do it.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. I couldn't do it, but I didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
I just thought like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's like reminiscence. Like, it doesn't matter why it happened.
I'll tell you the truth.
But
Do you know what happened?
Do
you know what happened?
You couldn't.
When I stopped, I was so proud that I stopped. I told them, because you know what? They're like, I said to my bitches, yo, cuz man, don't do that no more. They're like, oh, you shouldn't have been doing that anyway. I was like, what? for years they've been cutting me, yo.
Yeah.
Look how big you are, you shot your phone, you're so dopey, man. What you doing?
Yeah.
Then when I stopped, I thought I was gonna get a badge or something, like, yo,
Yeah.
cause yo, now they don't even remember that I used to do
Yeah,
it.
so do you know what that was?
But do you know what?
Negative reinforcement. So you tried it again?
No, that's not
And then
why I
you
tried it
didn't?
again. It didn't work like that. But what made me try it again was
Yeah.
one of my exes said to me
Yeah.
that you're gonna be pissed that you stopped because you're gonna want to do it and you couldn't do it no more.
Oh,
I'm
really?
thinking, yeah.
What a thing to say to somebody.
Yeah, but they still suck theirs, that's why. You know, it's like alcoholics, innit? They try and roll you back in, innit? But
Yeah, but then as well, so that's what I'm saying. Okay.
But you know what?
I'm gonna
Anyway,
talk about
look,
the
I want to
subconscious.
talk about some key points before we go on. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So like, yeah, and in regards to like people that say, they don't do certain things no more. In regards to whether they're on the road, I don't do that no more. Sometimes they lost the link, or they owe people money, or they can't do certain things. And then another thing is in regards to women. Women sometimes at the younger years they live a certain life in regards to men or whatever, multiple men, and you know, having fun, thinking they're living the life, and then they get to a certain age, and they're like, I'm not like that no more. I'm not that person no more. Do you understand what I mean? But then sometimes I think to myself, you couldn't be that person even if you wanted to, because you're not that person mentally, but physically as well.
Okay. Yeah, if you've had kids, your body changes.
Yeah, not even kids. But don't get me wrong, some people even prefer that body, innit? Do you understand what I mean? It's got nothing to do with that. But I'm just saying, you're just not that person anymore. So even if you wanted to, your circumstances change. Like it or not, 7 years on anyone, 6 years on anyone, even 3 years, depending on what kind of 3 years you've had, can be taxing on your body or whatever, especially if you've got certain habits.
So
I was just gonna say, like, I don't know whether if I give them their badge or their roses or whatever it is for changing. I'm not just talking about women. I'm talking about guys or whatever as well. If it's because they did change by force, by a victim of their circumstance, or did they genuinely change? But what are you gonna say anyway?
I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay, cool. You were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say something when you cut off. So this is the funny thing is with certain people, I think we underestimate change in both aspects. In how hard it is to change and how powerful it is when you do change.
Oh, wow.
You understand what I mean? Because me personally, I believe that I've changed, innit? Like, I know certain people like, yo, D ain't changed, man. Yo, look at that nigga. Oh shit, I should have said that. But yeah, look at that guy. He ain't changed, whatever. Yo, I've changed. Honestly, look, I've changed, man. I'm here anyway. But it's not easy. But now that I have changed, I'm enjoying my life even more than, do you understand what I mean? Before. So it's like we enjoy more with less. Do you understand what I mean? Than having more and being lost, isn't it? That's the way I'm seeing it. But I think most people, and you know another thing, what I'll quickly say is, I think it's funny how certain people won't get a job outside when they're free. But then when they're incarcerated or in prison, the first thing they want to do is get a job.
Yes, the circumstance.
Exactly, yeah.
So
It's mad.
what I'm hearing though is that one of the biggest factors in changing your life and changing any behaviours that you have is your circumstances.
Exactly. Are you a victim of your circumstance?
Yeah.
Do you understand? And that's not always a bad thing, because desperation is the mother of invention. So sometimes you can get to a great place from being in a bad place. But I think that's enough for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, it's been a pleasure. Please like, share and subscribe. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys later. Stay blessed, man. Oh yeah, and Godspeed, whatever your journey may be. Stay blessed. Bye.
Bye.